Powered by Riverside FM.
All right, welcome everybody to Choey and Chandler's The Fun Time Shooter Brick Happy Hour. I'm Chandler. Choey can't make today. So, do you want me to call you Russell?
Sure.
Okay, I'm sorry. Welcome, Russell. You're standing in for Choey.
Thanks for having me today.
Oh, thank you for being here.
Here are today's effing holidays.
All right, so it's just again, I told you, Russell, I don't remember what website. Actually, the website is nationaltoday.com. But I always like to look here and then find some holidays for the day that I think are kind of silly and kind of go with me and Choey's like sense of humor. But today is National Sunglasses Day. So grab your best sunglasses and make waves at the pool, beach, or while walking down the street. It's also National Drive Your Corvette to Work Day. Hit the brakes on all other celebrations while we appreciate a widely popular car. You ever driven a Corvette?
No, but I've been into a Ferrari and a Tesla,
Okay.
and I can tell you that when they put, you ever been into a Tesla crazy mode?
No,
So
is that the one where they drive themselves?
no, that's the one where it goes 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds.
Oh, okay.
I was in there on a track, and you were literally like,
Oh,
it's like you're in a rocket ship. But no, the Corvettes are cool. I just haven't been in one.
do you? I didn't. I mean, I'm not a big car guy anyway, but the newer Corvettes, they look like Lamborghinis to me, and they always throw me off.
Yes.
Like, 'cause I was at the gym the other day, and I was like, "Hey, is that a Lamborghini?" I was like, "Oh, it's a Corvette." But I was like,
No, so
"This,
instead of spending $1.5 million a car, you're spending 80 grand, 120.
yeah." But I personally, I like some of the older classic way the Corvettes look. That's just me, you know.
I'm a much bigger fan of the 50s and the early to mid 60s.
Yeah.
Those were cars. They just
Yeah.
had a lot more character.
Yeah. Exactly.
Or especially the 1960s, like the 1960s GTO, the GOAT.
Yeah.
Those I had a friend recondition one from just down to the metal. Beautiful car.
Now, my dad used to talk to me about like the cars he had in the 50s and that growing up because he was born he was born in 1950, but like so the cars he had like in the 60s, but you know, are the cars that the like his parents had and stuff. But and I'm just like, okay, like I'd be listening and people would throw out a lot of like you throw out a lot of car names I may know. Yeah, but the other times it was like, I've heard that word. I'm trying to picture it in my head. Didn't always work. It's also National Food Truck Day. So grab a snack from your local food truck and support the entrepreneurs behind them. I don't know about any, and then the last one is it's National Bingo Day. But to go back to the food truck day, I don't know about like where you're at in New York or where other people at in around the world and country. My school teachers a lot of times like to get we have someone's in charge of hospitality and they'll get food trucks to come in every now and then, right? I personally, I've never done. I mean, I like food trucks. I don't do it during school. You talk about dyslexia for you. I got hurt years ago in the military, and one of the injuries, or it's a result of hospital or whatever. My esophagus, I think, is a little bit narrow, and
Hmm.
so I have to be. I can't rush and eat. Like if I eat too fast, I choke, right? You know, and so like I do what I've learned to do over the last 2 years. I call it a continental lunch. Is I
Hmm.
have like bread. I love bread, but I can't eat if I eat bread too fast. I could potentially die. Like it gets stuck, and so like I'll eat just like yogurt, some meat, some fruit, stuff like that. But so yeah, I don't do food trucks, but I don't know if like during at work, but I don't know if you do. But they're pretty
I've
cool.
been to some, but I got because you're in a school, I got a funny story to tell you.
Good, because I got
When
one
I
after
was in
that.
middle school, we had these really hard plastic trays that you just couldn't damage.
I remember those, I think.
Okay. Now I was purposely damaging one, denting it, and we had a really strict vice principal for discipline,
Mm-hmm.
and he just shook his head and he didn't punish me for it. You know why?
Did he want to
I
do it
took
too?
no, I took the pizza
Uh-huh.
that we were served, and I grabbed it like a hammer, and I was smashing it against that plastic tray
So
really hard.
it was the pizza that destroyed the tray, is what you're saying.
It was leaving dents in the tray. Okay, and you can see but how many times you could hit a tray with a slice of pizza, a square pizza, until it just disintegrates?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I left over 27 marks until it broke into too many small pieces.
Man.
And I went to the vice principal. I said, "This tray is indestructible, and I'm denting it with your pizza. What are you serving the middle school kids in this district?" He went down to the cafeteria and he just stopped it being served.
We but now I have two stories. That reminds me, when I was in the Navy, we had this, we called it bug juice, right? It's kind of
Yep.
like Kool-Aid on acid, if you will. Like there's just tons of
Hmm.
sugar. But we would use that bug juice to clean brass. You know, and I remember, or like to kind of get rust and stuff out to make stuff shiny. But I remember when we started doing that, I was like, they served this for us to drink, and this is what it does. Like, whoa. But now, you talk about a food story. So the last day of school this past school year, um, I I ordered food for me and my two teachers in second grade, and it came after lunchtime. And that was the last day of school, so a lot of kids had kind of left, and so like there's really, we're trying to manage the behavior of the kids. We're doing fun stuff. We're having them, help us clean up things like that. But we're not like teaching, obviously. I'm eating, and I was just telling you, like I ate a little bit too fast, and what happens is if I do that, it gets stuck in my throat, and I have to kind of throw it up. And so I'm doing that, and it just so happened it's the second worst that's ever happened to me. Like I was wheezing. Like I didn't think, I was having a hard time breathing. Kids are obviously freaking out, right? Because I'm throwing up and like potentially choking in front of it. But a couple of them ran out and getting adults. It was at least they were cool. I told them, I was like, thanks guys. I was like, after a while, I settled down, but it was
Somebody has
freaky.
to do the Heimlich on you.
Yeah. Well, that they just went and got they went and got help. I joked with Choey. I was like, what if they'd have gone to get like the defibrillator? Like in the movies. So like that wouldn't have helped because I would have choked even worse. But that was funny. One of my second grade teachers, somehow they'd heard that, hey, there's people running to my room, and she didn't even call to check on me. And I was like, oh, good thing I'm still alive. But I'm glad we can make this work. It was I think you were the person that I had some miscommunication with, right? And it wasn't like part of it was my fault too, because I think we were supposed to record last week, and we just got our lines crossed, and it might have even been before that, or maybe it was another guy. I'm on summer break, so I'm kind of on summer brain right now, like being June. So I apologize. I was just telling a friend of mine earlier. I was like, I don't even. Sometimes I don't even know what day of the week it is right now. Just because I'm just relaxing. Just moving on. So
Well, you're like the kids when the summer comes. They're like, "I'm just taking the time off. I'm not doing anything academic. I'm just crashing my brain for the next couple of months."
I do that. You're right. I do it every June. I'm kind of like, I don't want to know anything about. I want to deal with anything about school. It's just I'm resetting my brain, exercising, doing whatever, right? And then it's normally after 4th of July weekend that I start getting a little bored in a way. It's like, it's nice having time off, but at the same time, then you're like, I kind of want to do something. And like we were talking before, I'm switching schools and going to another district. So somewhere around mid-July, I'm gonna start trying to get in to getting stuff into my classroom. To make my life a little easier. But
Yeah, and how many third graders are you going to be teaching?
all right. So that's a good question. I don't know yet, but I do know that the state of Texas has upped the cap in terms of how many kids can go in the classroom. And so I think like before it used to be for this grade level it was about 23. Now it's 25 students. But after like a certain day in February, that cap means nothing, and you can literally have 5, 10, 15 more. It's never happened though. But I mean, like I guess after a certain point in February, they can give you however many they want to. But it's going to be a new thing for me because I'll teach 25 kids math, and then switch with a teacher that's teaching the reading part or the reading writing, the ELA part, and then I'll do their 25. And then later on in the day, I'll do science with 25 and switch. And they'll do that person will take and do the social studies, and then I'll do science again with another group. So it's kind of cool. It's like it's less the plan. And as teachers always say, the more you do the a lesson, like so the first go around in a lot of ways is kind of like practice, and then in the second time I'm like, oh yeah, I should have said this. Like I'll start, it'll be easier because I'll be like, yeah, I just won't say it this way. I'll teach it this way. So it helps me learn or whatever.
And I don't know how you do it because when I work with kids, it's one on one,
Mm-hmm.
or a lot of times I'm teaching the parents to teach the kids.
Yeah.
And that's one on one, and less when I'm doing my weekly webinars, and we could have 50, 100 parents in at the same time sometimes. But they're all generally asking the same questions, but I'm dealing with parents. But when
Right.
I'm dealing with kids, it's one on one, or I have no idea how you do it.
Well,
I wouldn't even begin. 25? Whoa.
it's funny you say that because I went to Buffalo Wild Wings yesterday because I wanted to watch the basketball game, the NBA
Hmm.
Finals Game 7, and I was just sitting at a table, and ended up basically I just met three people. I didn't even know these guys, right? And they needed a place to sit. I had space where I was sitting down, so I was like, "Hey, dude, just come on, sit down. I don't care." But as we're talking, I'm telling them I'm a teacher, and I was telling them that story. A lot of people say that, like, I don't know how you do it, and I'm like, it's not easy, man. People don't realize it. It's not, especially when you deal with any group of kids is going to have their own challenges. Any group, age groups, I mean, the younger
Hmm.
kids, they have attention span issues. They don't really have a filter, so they'll just say whatever. You know, you get those middle school kids. You're starting to deal with hormones, and potential attitude. And then depending on what you do in high school, I think like the seniors, and they're just trying to finish, So it's
They just want to cruise out of there and
yeah,
just be done with it, because then when they turn 18, it's like, hey, I can stay up as late as I want.
yeah, oh yeah,
It's really weird because one day, 364 days, because now, especially with Safe Sport and everything else that's come out,
yeah.
I personally, because of that, I just looking at all these rules. I'm just like, you know what? I'm switching over. I'm teaching the parents to teach their kids.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And never, it's just much more efficient, but it's just there's all these rules and regulations that just scare the heck out of me. So, before I used to, going back 20 years, to give you an example, one of my most successful students, her name was Casey. She was a 10-year-old, end of fifth grade, reading at the second grade level. And she was interested in this guy called Theodore Roosevelt. So I assigned her this little book.
That
She's
little
reading at the
yeah,
second grade level. Okay.
man.
This is 900 words, won the Pulitzer, won the National Book Award, 10th grade, first year college level.
You said a
She,
second grader? It was
no, she was in 10th grade. I'm sorry, fifth grade,
okay,
10 years old, reading at the second grade level.
okay, yeah,
And so I give her that monster. 6 months later, she's reading every page, no, every word in the book.
nice. So
Okay.
very successful.
She managed her own schedule. She would call me whenever her mom approved everything. It was in her contract. All right. And but nowadays, I can't do that. Parents have to be with their kid every session on camera, and I was just like, okay, you know what? I showed Casey how to jump 8 grade levels in 6 months. That was on her. I'll never see that again. She spent um, 2, 3 hours a night, 7 nights a week, all day on summer, going through a process I showed her. And I spoke with her 15 minutes a week, and at the end, she's reading at the 10th grade level. But nowadays, with just all the regulations, I'm just like, I don't know how teachers do it. When I teach the kids now, the mom or dad, it's usually a mom thing, is right there, and I'm showing them what to do. They go through the exercises. Then I see them next week.
So, but like, so that girl, she was just very dedicated. What you're saying, like
Oh,
she's one.
she
She
was
went.
beyond dedicated. What you need to understand about dyslexia is, number one, we're academic specialists. We're not generalists. So
Mm-hmm.
you know how, like, when you're teaching, you want to teach math, science, English, history, all this stuff.
Yeah.
We don't want to do that. We just want to focus on our own narrow little area.
So is it kind of like So I'm an undiagnosed ADD person, right? And I could have been borderline ADHD because I had a hard time sitting still. But you're saying like people with dyslexia a lot of times they're kind of like in their own world in certain things. Like they're like,
Well, I want you to remember that Fast and Furious movie,
mm-hmm,
first one, when they're
yeah,
designing a car and he's asking why you're not at MIT.
mm-hmm,
And he said, I can just focus on this one area.
right,
So when you're dealing with dyslexia, let me show you the next step that we have. Because number one, what we do is we focus on our speciality. Okay. So if you're trying to teach a dyslexic outside the speciality, like with Casey,
mm-hmm,
it was this. She's really interested in Theodore Roosevelt. You step outside of that, most motivated kid in the world, you're down 50%. Average kid, you're down 80%. Just by not teaching in the speciality for what I call it's an adjustment period to get them up to where we need to be. So we
mm-hmm,
focus on that. Number two, let's go into ADHD. This is the next part. We don't learn from the specific to the general, which is the other way that you teach.
right,
We teach from the specific. Well, we go from the we don't go from the general to the specific. I'm sorry. That's how you teach. We teach from the specific to the general. That's what we want to learn. All right. So for the teachers out there and for the parents,
mm-hmm,
what you want to do is pick a child and you ask them what their speciality is, their area of extreme interest and ability. So that's what I call the Saturday morning thing.
mm-hmm,
What if you could do anything on a Saturday? What you have nothing you have to do. What would it be? Okay.
mm-hmm.
Then you ask them, do they have ideas flying around their head at light speed, but with little to no organization?
Yeah,
They're
second
almost
court.
certainly going to say yes. The second question, fingers, keyboard, the ideas in your head, you put your fingers on the keyboard, the idea flies out of your head, leaving you with an empty brain. That is much less common. You say yes to that, that is almost certainly dyslexia.
Mm,
Okay. So, how we fix this, okay, is I tell the dyslexic students is that we need to force your brain to organize itself, and we're going to use writing as a measurable output. Okay, so think about that for a second. The
mm-hmm,
biggest problem you're running into is we're thinking so quickly that there's little no organization. Or for dyslexic, so when you answer yes to the second question, the idea's in your head. You want to write about it. It flies out when you put your fingers on the keyboard. Now you got an empty head. How do you write with an empty head? Okay,
yeah,
so we force the brain to organize itself by using writing as a measurable output. So when you're looking at what is dyslexia, that's essentially it. The biggest issue, people think that it's a reading issue, it's a writing issue. It's not. With some rather aggressive training, in a matter of a year or so, I can actually train dyslexic students, the really motivated kids, to read material that half the kids at Harvard can't read.
So is it if I summed it up, is this kind of like an organization thing? Is
It
that
is
me? Is that
exactly what's going. So basically, if you want to see the brain science, this is the
mhm,
book Overcoming Dyslexia.
okay?
They've done brain scans. What's going on is the back part of the neural activity in our brain has almost no neural activity. The gen ed students are going crazy. The front part's 2.5 times overactive. All right. And that part deals with two areas: word analysis followed by articulation. You know, when you have a cold, your stuffy nose, your cough,
Mm-hmm.
those are what we call symptoms. The over the counter drugs we get mask those symptoms. The real cause is in our lungs. When you try to treat dyslexia for the reading or writing problems, you're treating the symptoms,
Okay.
not the underlying condition.
Mm-hmm.
The underlying condition is we think so rapidly, there's little to no organization. So we force our brain to organize itself, and we just use writing as a measurable output.
That's like I said, that makes a lot more sense. That's definitely more helpful, for me and teacher friends of mine that have to, like how to use writing a little bit better, or as a more of a tool.
We say prost, gun bay, cheers mate, and cheers, mate, again, or simply cheers. Sometimes it's Ata Sante, other times it's cheers, eh? You effing hoser. We also say Sorde, salute, salute, or Tage, skull, let's all say Nazdarovia in the Russian way. In Vietnam we shout out yo, while Uguanwan makes South Africa glow. In Portugal it's a solid soda and Budmo. Ukraine's here to stay. For Jamaica it's allowed, yeah man. No matter the place, we drink till dawn. In India, we say cheers, or Badaiho. If you're bold, hungry says he guess age a Dre. Don't go too slow. New Caledonia joins in with olive vote. Let it flow. Cheers, cheers around the world.
Hi there, I'm here to help Choey and Chandler to read an advertisement for BuyBlacket.com. Please shop BuyBlacket.com. Are you looking for unique gifts at unbeatable prices? Then look no further. BuyBlacket.com has quality merchandise for everyone on your list, from gifts for cat and dog lovers, to American fans, beer enthusiasts, and even Jesus lovers. As for teachers, we didn't forget about you. Please don't miss our funny attire to brighten up your classroom. So bring a smile to your loved ones' faces and shop BuyBlacket.com today. Tell them Choey and Chandler sent you.
Hi there, Ryan Reynolds here on behalf of my friends Choey and Chandler. You may know me from movies where I either save the world or ruin Thanksgiving. But today, folks, I'm not here to sell you cologne, crypto, or questionable NFTs. I'm actually here to tell you about Fish.audio. This isn't really me talking right now. This is my voice, made by Fish.audio, which frankly is terrifying. It sounds exactly like me, and trust me, I've heard my voice in 87 trailers. This is better. Whether you're a podcaster with a potato microphone, a game developer building an army of space dolphins, or just lonely and want a perfect Morgan Freeman to read your grocery list out loud to you, Fish.audio has you covered. Fish.audio is easily one of the best voice generation platforms I have ever used, which is saying something, because I've done voiceover for a toothpaste brand in 4 languages I don't even speak. And speaking of that, Fish.audio is cross-lingual, which means it supports 13 different languages. Their amazing program also allows you to clone voices. Fish.audio make your voice legendary, or at least make my voice say weird things. I legally can't stop you either way.
All right, hey Choey, so you unfortunately you didn't get to be part of the interview with Dean, or not with Dean, with Russell, but he's a dyslexic specialist from New York. So I had, and we're not gonna do all of them, but I asked him. Luckily, he has a sense of humor, right? Because I was like, hey, I got some dyslexia stuff, because me and Choey like to be funny, right? So here are some dyslexic sentences, right? Can you figure out what they're trying to say, right?
This is. I feel like this is already like setting me up for failure right now. Like, as in, like,
stay blind and hydrate.
stay blind and hydrate.
Yeah. Because let's start with an easy one. Because you can get this one. Let's grab lunch at noon.
Let's grab lunch at noon. Yeah.
Yeah. Birthday billions deliveries are delayed due to frosting.
You heard like what is that? There's like that
writer's block.
No, there's that game that people play, like, and it's like the I can't remember what it's called either. Like, and it's like I don't know if it's called Mad Gabs or something like that. There's like something where like you're saying certain words, and when you say it,
you try to.
It's like you're trying to figure out what you're actually like. The one I know is it's like I'm a love machine, but it's Alma love much sheen or something like that. And so like when you're saying it, like you're reading it off the card and people are hearing you say it and you're trying to figure out what you're trying to say. I have no idea. I have birthday billion delivery. I'm like birthday.
Let me share that.
I'm looking at it right now and I'm like, I can only say.
I was gonna share the memes that I did with him yesterday, because I had to explain both of them, because I was laughing at it, but he didn't. He laughed, but he just didn't get it like I did immediately. Here's one. They told me I'd never be good at poetry because I'm dyslexic, but so far I've made 3 jugs in a vase and they're absolutely lovely. And he was just like, "What?" And I was like, It's poetry pottery. Come on, man. Or if life
Uh,
gives you melons, you might be dyslexic. And he was like, what? And I was like, they took
lemons.
lemons, yeah, and switched the letters around. No, some of these sentences I thought were, if nothing else, let me just read them instead of trying to guess them. Just how funny some of these regular sentences turn in or look for people with dyslexia.
I'm
Uh,
just trying to figure it
well,
out. Like, what is the birthday billion? I don't get it.
well, obviously, his birthday balloon deliveries are delayed due to
Uh,
something. I don't know what frosting is though. I'm currently on vacuum until further notice. I think you can get that one right.
yeah, I'm currently on vacation until for
Yeah.
cucumber.
Your
What?
cucumber or servant will assist you shortly. I don't know. I like this. Please fin attack head to the document.
Oh, dude. Just because I was seeing it earlier and I almost sent you it on Instagram.
Is
I should have done it. It was
is it
like
a shark thing?
no, kind of because it had like a thing. It was like scary things that'll like you could never like unhear or unsee it
Unsee or whatever?
about going in the
Yeah.
ocean.
Uh-huh.
Oh, some creepy stuff. And I was like, yes, yes, exactly.
Oh, you
Please
said it to
fin,
me later?
please
Well,
fin.
that one, uh, um, I took it as like, please finish attaching
Oh, no, I think it's please
this to
find
the
the
document.
please find attached to the document.
There you
It's
go.
like an email thing.
I like number 10. Cannibal dinners are BYOF. Bring your own fork. Like, what?
I mean, true, I guess, right? Cannibal
Yeah.
dinners. I don't know what cannibal dinners really stands for, but that actually, I mean, that's just a true statement right there. Like, I'm sure they don't set the placemat down for you. Here you
Hey,
go.
so here's for your love of the ocean. Be the change you fish to see in the world, Choey.
No, no. I'm like, blow up the
Mind
fish in
the
the sea.
mind the sap between the crack and the floor.
Oh, I was like, what? I was like, yes, I guess tree sap. I'm like, mind the gap. Gotcha.
Hey,
I
you can
guess.
still hear me right now, right?
Yes.
Okay, so here's like this the slide right after that. Some funny dyslexic sentences, right? What it said, and then what it actually meant, right? Like I thought your shirt said "stay kind," but it actually said "stay blind," and I wore it to a yoga class. I guess they're like how they're misinterpreting it.
Yeah.
I tried to write "I'm feeling blessed," and I typed "I'm feeling blessed," like I sneezed halfway through the sentence. I saw a sign that said "car wash," but my brain read "war cash," and I immediately got suspicious of the soap. I wanted to say I'm on vacation, but my brain wrote I'm on a vacuum, which honestly feels more accurate. Oh, here's it. I misread customer service as cucumber
Ah.
servant. And now I look like and now I can't look at my grocery store the same way. I saw silent action and confidently read violent action. I was very tense about bidding on a gift basket. And then I told someone I love candlelight dinners, but it autocorrected said cannibal dinner,
Ah.
and I'm officially single again. So yeah, there's someone we like. Oh, we learned that's what the AI was going for.